So I have a little friend in my hand here that you can't see very well because it's tiny, but we are back here again talking about the Reptile Expo coming up, and I just want to hear from you guys. Obviously, you've kind of grown up in the reptile world. What do you think is so cool about this kind of facet of animals?
I just like having to being different, not having dogs and cats and fish like normal kids. I think reptiles are very unique animals, and there's just such a variety of kinds.
Right. And there's a lot to be learned about them too, just because they're not cuddly. But you said this one's kind of, you would call it a teddy bear in the snake world?
Yeah, like a lot of people are like afraid of giant snakes just because of the size, but when you go up to pet it, they're just like loving you, and it's pretty great.
All right. And then, so you got started with turtles. Would you tell me a little bit about these two?
Yeah, so absolutely. This is a Sri Lankan star. You don't see these guys at your average pet store. We originally got into tortoises. Was our very first reptile that we got into, and these guys are a little more high-end, but they are fantastic pets. They interact with you, believe it or not, and as they get older, they interact more. They're very intelligent, and this little guy here is a leopard tortoise, and this is actually the continent of Africa, the second largest species out there. And there's a couple different subspecies that get larger and stay smaller. This guy here will get about 24 inches long from the front of the shell to the back of the shell. And as they get older, they actually start to get, they're called leopards because they get these fantastic spots all over them, and they start to turn into kind of a blondish yellowish color. But they're fantastic. Their domes get nice and high. They get really cool.
It's okay. It's live TV.
They do that. Animals go to the bathroom. Yeah. But they make fantastic pets if you can provide them the right environment, the right enclosure for them. Like I said, and as these guys get older, because they're a larger one, their brains are more developed, and they're bigger, and they actually end up really interactive. They'll follow you around your yard when you're mowing the lawn. It's wild. Yeah.
Well, so I'm sure people will have lots of questions, and you can answer all of that this weekend. And we will be right back after this break. Make sure you check out the Reptile Expo on Saturday.